Modern dating is systematically harder for men than it's ever been, and the research proves it. I'm going to show you the exact structural, psychological, and social factors that make finding connection so difficult today. This isn't about blaming anyone. This is about understanding the real dynamics backed by data. By the end, you'll have a clear framework for why dating feels this hard and what's actually happening beneath the surface. And if you stay until the end, I'll reveal the one variable that affects romantic success across 24 countries.
Welcome back to Deeper Dudes.
But first, let's talk about why so many men feel invisible in the dating world. You create a profile. You send thoughtful messages. You try to be genuine and interesting. And you get nothing. Silence. Ghosting. One-word replies that go nowhere. Or worse, you match with someone, start a conversation, and they disappear mid-thread without explanation. The research shows this isn't in your head. Men initiate approximately 79 to 80% of conversations on dating apps. That means for every 10 messages sent, 8 are coming from men. But here's where it gets brutal. Only about half of those messages receive any reply at all. Think about what that means psychologically. You're putting yourself out there, being vulnerable, trying to connect, and more than half the time, you're met with silence. That's not occasional rejection. That's systematic, frequent rejection that becomes emotionally taxing over time. And this pattern isn't random.
Both men and women pursue partners they perceive as roughly 25% more desirable than themselves. We all reach up. But here's the asymmetry. Men are significantly less selective in who they initiate with, while women are more selective in who they respond to. This creates what researchers call asymmetric competition. You're not just competing with a few other guys for attention, you're competing with dozens or hundreds, all initiating at high volumes, all aiming for partners they perceive as more desirable. The math alone makes success rare, but nobody teaches us how to handle rejection at this scale. We're told to be confident, to put ourselves out there, to keep trying. What a load of crap when the system is designed to generate rejection as the default outcome. I know this because I see it in my practice. Men come in feeling defective, like something is fundamentally wrong with them because dating apps don't work. They internalize the silence as personal failure.
But the failure isn't personal, it's structural. The platform dynamics create these outcomes regardless of who you are. And here's exactly why this matters. When you understand that the competition is asymmetric by design, you stop blaming yourself for systemic problems. Dating app algorithms prioritize engagement, not connection. They keep you swiping, messaging, hoping, because that's what generates revenue. Your frustration is profitable. The truth is, modern dating platforms aren't neutral spaces. They're designed to create scarcity, competition, and the feeling that success is just one more swipe away. And once you're caught in that cycle, the next factor makes everything even harder. This leads directly into how economic status has become a gatekeeper in modern romance. Before we go any further, I want to pause for something important. None of what we've been talking about matters if we don't have the energy and clarity to actually implement it.
We all know what it feels like to wake up exhausted. No energy, poor focus, and zero motivation. We also know what it feels like when we get good, restful sleep, targeted therapy, and the right supplements. I've personally tested more things than you can imagine. I'm like your personal guinea pig. Everything I have listed in the description below is science-backed and extensively tested. And if you grab anything through my links, you'll be supporting this channel at zero cost to you. Thanks for taking a look. Now let's get back to it.
But this means men with lower economic or educational status may be systematically overlooked, regardless of their character, humor, kindness, or compatibility. The data shows that women evaluate multiple variables simultaneously when assessing romantic potential. Social connections, economic status, communication style, friend group approval, family background, ambition trajectory. It's not that women are more judgmental, it's that they're often socialized to vet for long-term compatibility and security from the start because the stakes of choosing wrong can be higher. Pregnancy risk, physical safety concerns, economic dependence if they leave careers for family. This is socioeconomic vetting, and it creates more hurdles for men to clear before they're even considered viable options. Men, by contrast, tend to focus on individual attributes. Do I find this person attractive? Do we have chemistry? Do I enjoy spending time with them? The evaluation is more immediate and less systematic. This creates a mismatch in how the two groups approach dating, and men often don't realize how many invisible checkboxes they're failing to tick.
Now here's where it compounds. Research on male friendship patterns shows that men tend to maintain compartmentalized, activity-based friendships rather than emotionally supportive networks. You have your gym buddy, your work friend, your college roommate you game with online. But when something goes wrong emotionally, when you're lonely or heartbroken or anxious, many men don't have anyone they feel comfortable opening up to. This is social isolation, and it's epidemic among men. Studies show men report fewer close friendships, less emotional intimacy in those friendships, and greater reliance on romantic partners for emotional support than women do. This means romantic relationships carry disproportionate emotional weight. Your partner isn't just your girlfriend, she's your emotional lifeline, your primary source of intimacy, validation, and connection. And when the relationship ends, or when you face repeated rejection trying to find one, the emotional impact is devastating.
You don't just lose a partner, you lose your entire support system. I've seen this pattern repeatedly in therapy. Men come in after breakups or prolonged dating struggles, and they're not just sad, they're unraveled. They've lost the one person they could be vulnerable with, and they have no one else to turn to. Women, on average, maintain broader emotional support networks, so the loss of one relationship, while painful, doesn't collapse their entire social ecosystem. This isn't about men being weaker, it's about men being more isolated by design. And that isolation makes dating rejection feel existential rather than disappointing. Which brings us to the most confusing part of modern dating for men. Many men genuinely don't know how to behave. Should they be assertive or sensitive? Take the lead or wait for clear signals? Be direct about interest or play it cool? Compliment her appearance or focus on her intellect?
The rules feel unclear and constantly shifting depending on who you ask, what you read, or what worked last time. This is behavioral ambiguity, and it's paralyzing. In previous generations, there were clearer social scripts. Men initiated, women responded. You followed a predictable courtship sequence. Those scripts were rigid and often unfair, especially to women, but they provided clarity. Now those scripts are gone, and rightly so, but they haven't been replaced with new, clear expectations. Instead, men are left navigating a landscape where every woman has different preferences, every context requires different behavior, and getting it wrong can result in anything from awkwardness to social ostracism. And layered on top of that ambiguity is fear of misunderstanding. Men report feeling afraid that showing natural romantic interest could be misinterpreted as creepy, inappropriate, or predatory. A compliment might be welcomed by one person and feel invasive to another.
A touch on the arm might signal connection or cross a boundary. Asking someone out might be flattering or uncomfortable, depending on context you can't always read. This fear isn't irrational. In the age of social media, a misstep can be broadcast, discussed, and judged by hundreds of people within hours. The social cost of getting it wrong feels higher than ever. So some men withdraw entirely. They stop initiating. They stop trying. They decide it's not worth the risk of being misunderstood or labeled. When you combine all these factors, asymmetric competition means you face frequent rejection. Economic signaling means you're judged on variables you can't quickly change. Socioeconomic vetting creates multiple hurdles to clear. Social isolation means rejection hits harder because you have no buffer. Behavioral ambiguity leaves you unsure how to act. And fear of misunderstanding makes even trying feel risky. This is why modern dating is so hard for men. Not just difficult.
Structurally, psychologically, and socially challenging in ways that are measurable and real. The struggle isn't a personal failing, it's a systemic reality. And understanding that doesn't fix the problem, but it does remove the shame. You're not broken. The system is just really, really hard. Drop a comment. Which of these factors resonates most with your experience? Is it the asymmetric competition, the economic signaling, the social isolation, the behavioral ambiguity, or the fear of being misunderstood? I genuinely love to hear your perspective. Well, that's it. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you found it helpful, please be sure to give it a like and maybe even subscribe to Deeper Dudes. And hit the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. It all helps the channel more than you know. And it also tells us that we should make more content like this. We post videos every other day that tackle real challenges men face. Remember, struggling doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. The fact that you took time to watch this means you're ready for something better. Thanks again for watching and for checking out all the amazing products in the description below. They could jumpstart your healing journey. Catch you in the next one, Deeper Dudes. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, keep thriving.